everyone. I want to show you a quick and easy way to produce nice smooth transitions. This is a shortcut technique. It's demonstrated in the weekly lecture pages somewhere in one of the tutorials, but fortunately the demo doesn't start with a pure color, so it often produces uneven results. Okay, so what I want to show you is if you have a color that is at maximum saturation and brightness, and you want to make it a fixed value, a constant value, what we need to do is start with a color that is pure and then end in a middle value gray. Now notice that this one is at 60%. It's 10% lighter than middle value. So we want to shift that to 50%. Oops, 50%. That's what the color we want for this one. For the background color, that's what's going to be our second color. So for this color, I want that pure hue at 100% saturation and brightness. Now I have my two colors. And I'm going to use the gradient tool to produce a perfect blend. So I'm going to take my marquee tool just to highlight an area, and I'm going to get rid of this after I'm done so it doesn't make for a messy presentation. And now what I want to do, because I have my bright color in the front for the foreground color, my middle value gray for the background color, I can take my gradient tool and then drag it across to get a nice smooth transition. Then I can use my color picker and transfer the color. So using the color picker, and I can either shift back to the paint bucket tool or use my keyboard shortcut of G to open the paint bucket. Oops, I have to actually let go of that interval first, the marquee marching ants. Now I can do that. Okay, use keyboard shortcut, the letter I to select next color, G to select the paint bucket, again back to I, alrighty, and back and forth. And this way we can just keep going until we fill this interval with a nice smooth transition. And it takes a few minutes, but nothing like it does doing it by eye. And both options, we learn something about using the software. So, I think it's fine to do that either way. It's good to know both tricks and techniques, and then that one should be middle value. Let's transition this. Oh wait, no, I forgot to switch that one. That should be the middle value gray, and I want to make sure it is exactly at middle value. See that it still has 1% in the mix. I'm going to drop that completely out to 0 so that I have, I have the completely even grayscale mode. Now what I'm going to do is convert to grayscale and desaturate the color completely out. And notice when I check my color interval here, every one of these squares is at exactly middle value. This gradient interval is exactly 50%. It's not changing anywhere. If I grab that square, which was 10% lighter, notice it shifts. Here we have a perfect smooth transition. So that's a good way to do it. And then at the end, you can take your white color fill, switch that out, take the paint bucket, fill that different places, just so it doesn't get messy. And then if you need to use a paintbrush because you don't want overfill, touching up, clogging up the edges of your nice color intervals, you can clean that up with a paintbrush, and there you have it. If you want to do the same thing for tints ending in white, shades ending in black, you can do the same thing. Just create that interval area with your marquee tool, and then select your pure color for the first. And then for the back, you want, you're going to use white, so we can just switch that to white. Okay, that's 0 color, white. And switch those back again. Transfer to the gradient tool. Go from the green to white and transfer those colors with the same approach that I used for this one. Do the same thing with black, light, dark, and middle gray value. All right, I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions.